I shouldn't laugh, but genuinely, if you don't laugh, you'll cry. I mean, do you know what the maddest thing is? Is that this isn't even rock bottom. We haven't hit rock bottom yet. Far from it, actually, in my opinion. And that's why I said, Chelsea fans, get used to it. Get used to it. Let's just stick it out, because we're officially in crisis. We are officially midway through our banter era. And yeah, it's going to be a long, sticky road before it gets any way better, in my personal opinion. I'm not just saying that because of the loss. I would have said that before tonight. But we are genuinely in crisis. We're in massive trouble, and you just couldn't make it up. The footballing gods just... I think I've made up my mind on what the problem is. It's not the board. It's not Graham Potter. It's not the players. It's not even the recruitment. It's actually just the fact that the football gods have decided that they just do not like Chelsea fans having nice things, to be honest, in recent years. And I mean, first of all, Willian scores against us, and that makes us the club now, I think, with the most goals scored against by former players, if that makes sense, in, I think, it's Premier League history. Could only be us. Carlos Vinicius gets his first goal of the season, his first goal for Fulham. Could only be us. Charity fucking FC back again. And then our new signing, one of the techiest players we've signed in years, signs from Atletico Madrid. There's this whole massive hullabaloo about him before the match, and rightly so. I was so excited to watch this match just for him alone. Honestly, just for him. I was begging on my knees, manifesting that he'd fucking start the game, just to give myself any excitement as a fan. He plays an absolute blinder of 45 minutes. The best player on the pitch by some distance. Like, it's not even comparable. Then he gets sent off. You can't write it. I mean, when it happened, I was just like, nah, this is like... We're in the fucking Matrix. Do you know what it's like? Genuinely. Joe, this is like Joao Felix getting sent off. It's like when you're 5 and your mother takes away your favourite toy for like a week. You know, it's just that depressing feeling of that one shiny thing, that one thing that gives you joy in life is just taken away from you, to be honest. And I know it sounds mad because he only played, 55 minutes of football or something, but from that 55 minutes alone, he made me actually enjoy watching my football team. Even when we went 1-0 down, I had faith we'd come back just because of him alone. He offered us that bit of spark, that bit of excitement, that bit of invention, creativity, just that bit of joy. And then he goes and gets fucking sent off, and now he's gone for 3 games, which leaves him out for a month because the next game he's available for is West Ham away on the 11th of February. He's gone for Palace at home on Sunday, he's gone for Liverpool away the week after, and then he's gone for the reverse fixture against Fulham in like 3 weeks time as well. So you just couldn't write it, really. You just could not write it, of all the fucking players to get sent off. But yeah, I mean, before the game I was actually content with the lineup, to be fair, even though I'm sick and tired of 3-4-3. I think the personnel we put out actually suited it. I liked having Felix there with Mount behind Havertz. I think it offered a lot of balance. I thought the midfield was very balanced in Zakaria and Kovacic. Obviously Zakaria once again coming off injured. That's like our list of injuries now is just an absolute joke. You think of Zakaria, who's been our best player, post World Cup, Reece James, who was probably our best player, Ben Chilwell, Raheem Sterling, Christian Pulisic, N'Golo Kante, one of the best midfielders to ever kick a football, Wesley Fofana, who cost us £70 million, Armando Broja, who's our actually only out and out 9 who actually wants to be here. It's just an absolute shit show at this moment in time. And as I said, yeah, I was actually content with the lineup before the game. Actually started off the game brightly. Felix was getting involved in the game, a few flicks here and there, a bit of spark, a bit of trickery, something that we've never seen from Chelsea for a long time now. And then Fulham get back into the game and bang, it's 1-0. A mistake from Lewis Hall, in my opinion. I think he showed his inexperience. He should have got rid of that ball way before, instead of trying to take on his man in that position. Ball goes into the box. Chalobah maybe could have done better, but at the end of the day, it's just a really scrappy goal from Willian. 1-0. Fulham kind of deserved it because as soon as they got back into the game, they were clinical. Then we got back into the game somehow, some way. Didn't deserve it. It's just a stroke of luck, really, from a Mount free kick hitting the post, and Koulibaly scraps it over the line, to be honest. And Koulibaly had a horrendous game, so just goes to show. Just look at the draw, really. That the first bit of luck we've got in quite some time, actually, that goal, to be honest, and made it 1-1. And then you have a bit of hope, and you're thinking, Joao Felix is on form today. He's lifted the fans' spirits. They were singing his name all game before he got sent off. And then, as I said, the red card just changes the game, takes momentum out of our play, takes any bit of excitement and any bit of joy out of our game, really, especially from the fans. And yeah, especially with 10 men, I mean, it was an uphill battle, and you could just tell that we were going to lose the game from them because we certainly weren't going to score, and Fulham did look like they were going to win that game because of the momentum they had after the red card. And yeah, I've just written down here, because I was at one point during the game, I think it was like 15-20 minutes after Felix got sent off, and to be honest, I was barely paying attention to the game after he got sent off. I just didn't have the spirit or anything inside me to actually pay full attention to it. I was just just so depressed, honestly, that even if we'd won somehow after Felix got sent off, genuinely I don't think it would have meant anything for me personally, because he was the only reason, even after 55 minutes or whatever he played for us, he was the only reason why I was actually enjoying watching Chelsea play, to be honest, because he was the only bit of, as I said, player that had a bit of spark, a little bit of invention, and just had that fresh element of just trying to create something and just be the difference maker. And now it's just the same old Chelsea, really, isn't it? Just the same old shit now for the next few weeks, and we're just hopeless without Felix. Even after 55 minutes, we're hopeless without him. You could see after he got sent off, we were never going to score. Even if we had 11 men without him, we were never going to score. There's no creativity. There's too many times where there's an obvious opportunity to play a ball through, and Havertz doesn't do it, Mount doesn't do it, Kovacic doesn't do it even. There's just no urgency to try and create anything out of nothing. There's no urgency to take a risk, to break the lines with a pass. Maybe it doesn't work out most of the time. At least you're trying it. At least at one time it might work out. Instead, we end up going forward for a bit, passing backwards, passing sideways, trying to break an entry through like that, and it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. We're just shit, to be honest. And I do feel like we need, ironically, someone like Enzo Fernandez in that midfield. Another thing I was thinking throughout the game as well, because there's not really that much of a link between defence and attack, really, between the first third and the final third. There's really nothing, and we need a midfielder who can just ping a ball over the top like that. And someone like Enzo Fernandez especially, just, I don't care, it's not my money, just, I know it's easy for me to say because it's not my money, but just go out and get the guy. He's just got everything. He's got that ability to ping a ball over the top, to create something if we have runners in behind. And Havertz's movement is actually quite good. Aubameyang's movement is quite good when he actually wants to move. Joao Felix's movement looks decent as well. So why not get someone like Enzo Fernandez? And not even his passing ability. He's got an unbelievable engine on him. He's very good off the ball. His movement to the ball, like, you know, short term is very good as well. Just give us something. Like, our midfield is so unbalanced, especially now Zakaria is gone. And I like Jorginho, but I don't think he's suited to the way we want to play whatsoever, especially as a lone six. He's not good enough as a lone six. He's not dominant enough. He gets bypassed too much in midfield. And now that Zakaria is gone, we're kind of screwed in midfield, to be honest. And finally, that brings us to the obvious topic that we have to discuss in every fucking video, and it's going to be discussed again, and Graham Potter is going to have his balls on the line once again, to be honest. His head's on the chopping board again, because we are in crisis. It's now 1 win in the last 10 games. It was against Bournemouth at home, so it doesn't really count. It's 7 defeats in our last 11. And don't get me wrong, Graham Potter doesn't deserve no criticism at all, because he's not blameless, but I definitely think it's very harsh for Chelsea fans to be pinning it solely on him. I think he's been handed a fucking mess. We've gotten zero luck, absolutely zero luck over the last 2 months. The injury list keeps piling up. Our best players are getting injured, except for Thiago Silva, who just somehow keeps going. Like I've said in previous videos, maybe it's a case where it doesn't work out, but I'm just saying, at least give the guy the fucking tools to actually, you know, see if it's going to be a failure or not, or a success, because we're setting him up to fail right now. We've got an absolutely horrendous squad. You see coming off the bench, who we've got to come off the bench when we're 2-1 down. Hakim Ziyech, not good enough, too inconsistent. Marc Cucurella, an absolute disgrace for Chelsea so far this season. Horrendous, £60 million for him. And Lewis Hall is like 20 times the player so far this season. Conor Gallagher cannot kick a fucking football. I love the guy. He's a young player. He's Coven produced. I have to love him because he's Chelsea born and bred. He's not good enough. Technically, he's not good enough. It's honestly like watching a fucking giraffe try and play football in the middle of the park with him. And our depth is only going to keep getting worse now with the amount of injuries we're picking up as well. So I just think it's so unfair to just single out Potter. Honestly, we saw when he had a fully fit squad at the start of his reign, he went on quite a decent run. Granted, we weren't playing the best, but you don't expect a manager to come in, especially one that's playing a completely different brand of football to the one before, and just like that, be instantly able to play the liquid football he had his Brighton team playing that got him into the Champions League places earlier this season. It's just not how it works. But yeah, I don't know where we go from here, to be honest. I mean, no doubt Todd Bowley will still have the checkbook out. We might sign Marcus Thuram or someone. Joao Felix has gone till February the 11th, so I'm officially depressed till February 11th until he's back again. And yeah, I'm just void of any confidence going into any game, because truth be told, I was actually quite confident we'd, start a run maybe going today. Believe it or not. Yeah, I just had such a positive feeling about today with Felix coming in. Even if he didn't play, I just felt that today was the day, or tonight was the night, that we finally broke this fucking run of games that we've been on. And it just goes to show we're in crisis mode, and we play Crystal Palace on Sunday. I now expect that'll be the game that breaks the record for us, but even at this stage, Palace are a dangerous team. We're on horrendous form. Our record at Stamford Bridge in general is shocking, so it wouldn't surprise me whatsoever if we didn't get anything from that game. And then Liverpool away, even though Liverpool are a joke like us, they'll probably still trounce us, to be fair. And yeah, it's it's a slippery slope for us now, I think, for a bit. I think this season's completely done, as I said, against after the Man City game, and long before that as well. We're not getting top four, nowhere near it. I think top half, is probably a decent achievement for us at this stage of the season. Not hoping hell we win the Champions League. I wouldn't be surprised if we get knocked out by Dortmund, to be honest. We're out of the FA Cup, out of the Carabao Cup, and now it's just about preparing for next season, to be honest. If I'm being perfectly honest, that's the way it is, and it's kind of like got 2015-16 vibes if you're a Chelsea fan, because we've got nothing to play for, in my opinion, and it's just a bundle of depression every week, to be honest, and twice a week because we play so many games now after the World Cup. But yeah, it's 12 minutes now on my camera. I've been waffling for long enough. I'm pretty sure this is the longest video I've done in quite some time now, so I'll save you guys from listening to my shit for any longer. If you did enjoy the video, leave a like, it'd be massively appreciated. If you could subscribe to the channel as well, that would be massively appreciated. We are looking to hit 1.8k subscribers as soon as possible, and would go a long way in helping to cure my depression as a Chelsea fan at this moment in time. So yeah, I'll see you next time. Fucking hell.